when you create something that is brand new, the first thing everyone seems to say is that, oh yeah, I've seen one of those before. No, you haven't. Right? Oh yeah, I've seen one of those before. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's not. And I remember with the previous business launches that I had, everyone always said, oh, I've seen one of those. And it took, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And then all of a sudden people started realizing, no, I've never seen that before. That is something totally different. And oh my God, does this work great? And that's where we are right now. It hasn't really been that long. Co-op income has been in the works for a while, but it hasn't really been all that long. Since we first started telling people, let's get busy with co-op income. It could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks, could be 5 weeks. Like I said, this whole year seems like a single month to me. So it's been incredible with what's been going on over this last year. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am completely stoked and overjoyed with optimism for what 2026 holds for each and every one of you. And if you looked at what I was sharing on the screen, it says that, complete co-op works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time who complete the 3 simple doable steps. It's facts. It is a fact. And many people are already discovering it. So if you want 2026 to be a year to remember, then get busy with it. Do what you need to do. Complete, right? Because a lot of people, they get excited for the moment and they join, right? But then they don't do anything else and they wonder what happened, right? So we're going to help people to truly see how real co-op income is and how easy it is to set yourself up and your family up to earn an income for life. And speaking about that, I haven't done this for a while, but I think I am going to do it right now. I'm going to share a 4-minute video with you that I should share every time, because there's a lot of people that haven't seen it. And let me just get to it for a second. Let me go over here. I'm just gonna go to the site because I want everyone to see where it is, because it's right there. So let me get back over to you. And just before I share that, I wrote a couple of points here. I'm looking at these points right now, and as most of you know, I talk straight from the heart. I say it the way it is. I don't always write down points, but I wrote down a couple of points. We already talked about make 2026 a year to remember. This will be our last webinar before the end of the year. There's only 2 more days left. 2 more days left. What's up with that, right? So whatever you are all going to do for New Year's, make it great. And do every crazy thing you want to do this New Year's with the knowledge that there is a company out there that will be looking out for you in 2026, and that is Co-op Income. You do your part, we'll do our part, and the world will change for a lot of people. And speaking about the world will change, I had 3 missions, and I'm going to talk for a few minutes just before I get to the webinar. It's a fairly short webinar, and actually I lengthened it by a little bit. So, but there's 3 things. Number 1, when I embarked on this mission, my goal was to create a business that would work for 95% of the people. I did better. We now have a system that will work for 100% of the people, because we've made it easy to understand. We've made it simple to do, and we've made it hugely rewarding. So a person can get started for free. So nobody has any excuses why they can't do this. Second thing that I wanted to do is future driven, is that we're going to use January 1st as day one. It's not the official launch date, but we're going to use that as day one. And speaking of official launch date, sometimes when people hear, oh, they haven't launched yet, well, it's just because we haven't had a big party and, like a whole bunch of people coming together. But we've already paid out millions of dollars. So unlike other companies who are trying to launch, taking your money and not paying you, we actually pay you every step of the way. So from January 1st until the next 18 months after that, we are going to have 100 million paid users. We will be the most prolific income producer on planet Earth by miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. 100 million of you should be using co-op income in the next 18 months to earn an income. And after this presentation, you will completely understand why. And then our overall mission is to end global poverty for 1 billion people by the end of 2030. That is a tall ask. It's a big ask. But when you know that you put something together that can bring benefit to people who use and share it, they will use and share it. And we are on a trajectory that is going to go like this. Right now, we're on this type of trajectory. But as soon as the word gets out and as soon as people understand, then it's like this. We are no longer trying to convince people to join us. They will be joining us and looking for you or anybody who has a registration key, because it is about to get real. So can we reach that goal of 1 billion people by the end of 2030? Absolutely. The answer is yes. Something else, I don't know whether we're going to be able to do the Q&A after this webinar today. I'll try and stay on and try and manage the questions, but Kendra has been feeling under the weather since before Christmas, actually. Massive flu infection. Her whole household is going through that. She'll be back for the next webinar. So everybody's on here. Wish Kendra and her family a speedy recovery. And so those were the points that I had there. So now let me play this video for you, because it actually says everything that I'm going to say, but it says it in like 4 minutes. So let me play this for you now. Where are we? There we go.
Changing your financial future is easier than you think. It's just completing 3 simple, doable steps. Step 1, start with just $5. Step 2, invite 3 friends to do the same. Step 3, support them as they help their 3. That's it. And you may only need to do it 1 time. Just one small act of giving that keeps turning into receiving again and again. It's powered by cooperative crowdfunding, a system designed to help you cover your monthly expenses, eliminate debt, and fund your whole life. The best part? It works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete the 3 simple, doable steps. This is what happens when each of us does our part. When we each reach 3 in just 3 days. No hype, no pressure, just proof that cooperation works. You'll move through 6 cooperatives: I-5, I-20, I-50, I-100, I-500, and I-1000, each one designed to grow your cashback income as they complete. Here's how fast cooperation rewards you. Days 1 to 3, you complete your 3, receive $5.25, covering your next subscription. Days 4 to 6, your team duplicates. You've received $9.75. Days 7 to 9, $23.25. Days 10 to 12, you've received $63.75, and your I-20 opens, giving you a second income stream. Days 13 to 15, $206.25. And your I-50 and your I-100 open, 2 more income streams. Days 16 to 18, $1,293.50. Your I-500 and a new I-5 open. Days 19 to 21, $2,007.50. Your I-1000 opens. You're now on all 6 cooperatives plus a new I-5, 7 income streams. Days 22 to 24, total received $4,074.50. Freedom Day, you started with just $5. Now your Smart Reserve covers all your cooperatives for renewals, and now you can withdraw every single day. Days 25 to 27, $8,025.50. Days 28 to 30, $19,365.50, and a new I-20 opens. Days 31 to 33, $66,953.50, and a new I-50 and I-100 open. Now 10 income streams. Days 34 to 36, $182,378.50, and a new I-500 opens. Income keeps expanding. Days 37 to 39, you've completed all 6 cooperatives, received $364,628.50 in cashback income. You now have 12 income streams, working together cooperatively, generating cashback that repeats every single day. That's the power of giving and doing your part. Cooperation works. It helps you live debt-free, stress-free, and financially free. All from one small act, one $5 decision, and a few friends you cared enough to help. Are you ready to do your part? If yes, click the registration link right now, and let's get busy with it.
So that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. That's on your front page right here on this link. Plus, it's also down here. We have several other videos that are available to you as well. So you got a lot of great information that's right on your site there. It just blows my mind, the power of thoughtful process and how great one's life can be when somebody, a business owner, takes the time to do it right for everybody, and not just for the business owner or for those few so-called marketers. Co-op income is built for everybody. You can get started for as little as free or as little as $5. Well, I'm no sense in telling you the presentation. Let me show you the presentation. But wasn't that cool? Day 22, Freedom Day. And I'll explain that as we go through this presentation now. So with that, let me share my screen and let's get busy with it. We already talked about this, folks. Listen, it's 3 simple doable steps. Complete the 3 steps, your income will grow. Don't complete the 3 steps, well, you should expect the same that you already been getting, because you're not going to get more in co-op. So this is not a do nothing, all of a sudden get rich. No one's going to BS you and try and tell you that, the sky is going to open and pennies from heaven are going to fall in abundance that you can't spend enough of if you do nothing. It's not like that at all in co-op. Daily dose of good. I love the daily dose of good. This one is awesome. And I want you to really pay attention, right? The cooperative age, which is the age we're living in right now, the industrial age where we got a job and we worked for 40 years, is dead. The cooperative age is the future. It is right now. And it is, check this out, it is the living fulfillment of every promise ever made. Now think about it. You went to school for 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 years. You were told to get a great education. Then you can get a great job that you can work 40, 50, 60 hours a week at for 40 years. And then live the last part of your life great. Well, I don't know how people bought into that for 150 years. I certainly didn't. I had one job in my entire life. I got to tell you this story. So I had one job my entire life. It lasted for 3 months. It was at CP Rail. It began at Union Station, and I was a mail boy. You know, I took mail from one floor to the other. But I was a good-looking mail boy, so I was always talking to all of the secretaries, trying to get that night's date, and I was pretty successful at that. And because of that, it meant that the mail didn't always get delivered on time. So they asked me politely, because they liked me, but they knew I wasn't doing a great job. So they said, listen, David, we got to move you from the offices to the yards. That's where, you know, you load the trains, and, you know, it's not as glamorous. And there certainly isn't a whole bunch of beautiful secretaries working at the train yards. But while there, and I was only there for 2 or 3 weeks, but while there, one of the guys that I was working closely with had been there for 26. I had found out that he had been there for 26 years. I was 17 at the time. I said to him, you know, looking up, I had, you know, my eyes were bulging because I'm thinking this dude's got to be a millionaire. He's got to have shares in the company. The guy, why is the guy still working? So he looks at me and he says, son, how much are you making? I said, I'm making $8.86 an hour. My eyes brightened up. I looked up at him because the dude was actually about 2 or 3 inches taller than me. I looked up at him and I said, how much are you making? The guy told me $6.88 an hour, the exact same amount of money that I'm making, and I've only been there a couple of months. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the very last day I ever worked for anybody else. It told me there is no future. Now, finally, after all these years, the rest of the world is now telling you that there is no future in a job. Machines have been taking away your jobs for about 2 decades. Robotics have been taking your jobs away for well over a year, and now AI has been taking your jobs away. There is no future. Experts are already saying that 50% of the jobs that are left after the pandemic will be gone, which means that pre-20, we had 100% of the people that were working. In 4 or 5 years from now, we're going to only have 25% of that 100% that's working. Did that work out for you? Will it work out for you? Will you have a secure job? Can you find a secure job? The answer is no. So what you need is something better, something that provides you with the free time and the income so that you, as a human being, and supposedly the smartest creatures on this planet, can live your life the way you were designed to have the time freedom to be creative and think about what you want to build, what you want to mold, what you want to do, what you want to be. Or maybe you just want to travel the world, but you should deserve to have the freedom and the income that goes with that freedom so that you can experience life on your terms. You will get that in co-op. Now, just before we get to that, the disclaimer, co-op platforms are not an investment. We are not an investment. So if one of the things that's going on in your mind right now, is this a Ponzi? The answer is no, because you have to be an investment platform or a fake investment platform to be a Ponzi. We are not an investment. We are not a job, and we are definitely never an MLM. Your participation is voluntary, results vary, and your income is earned through cooperation and activity, not speculation and not recruitment. Ladies and gentlemen, I changed the slides because I thought this slide was actually better in this position. So one thing that everybody wants to know is, who is behind the company? Who is the company? Who's running it? What is their reputation? What have they done in the past? Can I trust them? Have their businesses been around forever? Well, I'm going to answer those questions for you right now. The answer is in 2001, I created my first online business. Since 2001, that business is still producing an income for people today. So over 25, almost 25 years now, that business has been producing an income for people. We had a couple of changes in names, but we made it better, bigger, still going on today. We are in over 170 countries. And in those 25 years, which is over 9,000 days, we have never missed a payday. When the financial collapse happened in 2008, you people that were in our system got paid every single day. When I was sick from 2012 till the end of 2018, people got paid every single day. When the pandemic hit in 2000 and the entire world closed down and all these big businesses said, well, sorry, we can't help you and stop paying you, we paid people every single day. I am also a disruptor. I change industries. In 1985, I created the world's first loyalty card. Loyalty cards are why you get a discount today. And it represented of $82 trillion in retail spending in 2022, loyalty cards represented $52 trillion. Yeah, I created that. And then in 1995, I had the world's first online shopping mall. I did not create e-commerce, but I had the world's first shopping mall with over 1,000 stores. And then in 2001, this dude, the guy you're looking at right now, created the world's first crowdfunding system. Crowdfunding completely upended the entire and largest industry in the world, the financial industry. Today, people don't go to their bank to get a loan anymore because the bank, all they do is tell you no. People don't go to their friends and family for business startup anymore because most of their friends and family don't have the money. What do? They crowdfund it. When a person is running for president or any political office, what do? They crowdfund it. When India needed money for a natural disaster and they did not want to raise your taxes, what did they do? They crowdfunded. You see, hundreds of millions of people have benefited from crowdfunding. And I created that. Ethereum is the largest benefactor of crowdfunding. They used Kickstarter to raise $4 billion. Does crowdfunding work? Yes. Did crowdfunding change the entire world? Yes. And that's what I created in 2001. But now we have something better. We have co-op income. And co-op income is the next generation of crowdfunding. And it uses cooperative crowdfunding or crowdfunding too. And what that does is it makes money more accessible and more easily accessible to you. And it allows you now to raise money to pay your monthly expenses, to raise money to eliminate your debt, and to raise money to create a sustainable income. You see, ladies and gentlemen, now as we enter 2026, the world is going to start using crowdfunding and, more importantly, Q to earn an income. You see, Q is replacing failed MLMs. Think about it. For 168, 168 years. 168 years, because it got started in 1857. Got started in 1868, which was the J.R. Watkins Company. That was the first MLM. So since 1868 to here we are right now, December 29th, 2025, MLM has failed 99% of the people. Why do they keep using it? Because it was their only hope until now. Q, cooperative universal income. Do you want to be a network marketer or a multi-level marketer because you want to market somebody else's products? No, you want to be a Q participant. cooperate with your friends, because that's what we do in Q. And Q is universal, meaning that it is good and available for everybody everywhere. You see, that's what universal means. And do you want to be a marketer, or do you want to earn an income? You want to earn an income. And let me tell you something else. Q, it is legally recognized as self-employment. And I'm going to say it again. It is not one of those failed MLMs. It is not a direct sales program. It is not an investment. And it is designed to help you fund and live your best life through cooperation, not competition. And what does that mean? Think about it. All these decades that everybody has been working, right? You start off as a worker, and everyone wants to become a manager. Why? I don't know. Everybody wants to become a vice president, president. But guess what? There's only a few of those jobs, right? This, and everybody had to fight for it. This, man, woman, black, white, brown, yellow, educated, not educated, wealthy, not wealthy. The rules are the same. And you all have an equal opportunity to achieve success with Q. And you're the boss, right? Think about it. You are the boss. You go to sleep at night with an easy mind, not worrying about how you're going to pay your bills, not worrying about that your alarm clock is going to wake you up at 6 o'clock. You go to work, go to sleep stress-free, knowing that your day, your time is your time, because you have completed the steps. Your teammates have completed the steps. And in a few weeks, a few months, as your income continues to grow, it outpaces what you were receiving and earning from a job. Woo. So you're the boss, and you decide the size of your dreams. I was trying to figure out whether these questions are important, and one of my friends said yes. Is co-op income legal? Yes, we've been doing this for 25 years. 25 years. I've been doing these webinars. I've been holding live events. If we weren't legal, someone would have come and got me. Everybody knows where I live. You can find out in minutes, right? So we are legal, and we have been legal now for almost 25 years. And as I mentioned a few moments ago, co-op income is legally recognized as self-employment. Do you have to keep inviting people? You know, those failed MLMs, you got to invite 3 people a week, 3 people a month. You got to keep putting money in over and over and over again. And even if you only made $10, you still got to put in $300. That sucks. So here, when you complete those 3 steps one time, that may be all you ever have to do. And then simply maintain your subscription. And some of you are thinking right now, subscription? What subscription, right? Because you're thinking, well, I already got a phone bill. I already got a car note. I already got my my rent or my mortgage to pay. I got 3 kids that are always yanking at my apron to feed them. I don't have money for another subscription. Well, check this out. You see, when you pay your phone bill, well, you get to use your phone, but they don't give you any money back. When you pay your mortgage, well, you get a roof over your head, but they don't give you any money back. And when you pay your car note, yeah, it'll get you from point A to point B, but they don't give you any money back. But you see, this subscription, this monthly payment, well, it pays you back if you do your part. And not only does it pay you back if you do your part, it can pay all those other monthly expenses that you have. You see, if you only pay once, well, then we can only pay you so you can pay your monthly bills one time. But because it's a subscription, an ever-increasing subscription, you get to pay your bills every month as your cooperation and as your cooperative grows. And what if somebody quits? Well, so what, right? What happened when you were riding your bike and you got a flat tire? Well, you got another tire, right? What happened when your girlfriend, you found out you don't really love her and you were heartbroken? What did you do? Well, you got another girlfriend, right? So if one of your friends quits, don't quit on your friend because they just don't get it yet. Just get one more person, right? If one quits, get one more. And here's what I can tell you right now is that right now I hear people every day, even people that know me. I'll call them up. Yo, what's going on, man? Got something for you. And I tell them what it is. I say, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. Boom, 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 boom. No, you haven't. Right? So even I get from people, they've seen that before and they know how creative I am, right? So you should expect people to quit right now. They just don't understand yet. But here's the good thing. And what I believe is that the people that don't get it today and quit, in 30 days from now, in 60 days from now, when the whole world is shouting from the rooftops, co-op income is the place to be, then those people that quit, well, they're going to come back, right? So it's not a lost cause. But like I said, if somebody quits, keep them as a friend. They just don't get it, and find one more. Now, here's how it works. I already showed you that short video. And by the way, folks, let me tell you, you watch that video, start with $5. $5, right? You watched that video, you started with $5, it said get 3 people in 3 days, they'll get 3 people in 3 days, and so on and so forth. And in 39 days, that $5 turns into $369,000, right? It's a fact. It will. But here's another fact. Will you get your 3 people in 3 days? And will everybody else get their 3 people in 3 days? No, probably not. Is it factually true? Yes. But here's the thing, right? So let's say it takes, you know what? Let's even say it takes 39 months to get to $360 some odd thousand in residual income. It's still better than what you got going on right now. And I can tell you that if you're doing your part, it's not going to take 3 months. It's not going to take 3 years, right? Folks, this is where you want to be. Here's one of the most important things that you need to know when you get started, because I know from talking to so many of you, you have joined businesses in the last few years, and 99% of them have said, they filled your head with all these big dreams, put in $1,000, and all of a sudden, because of some miraculous income machine that they've got, it's going to turn into $80,000 in 90 days. And then in day 89, well, guess what? You're looking at your dashboard, you see you got $60,000 there, and boom, it's gone, right? So many people over the last little while have lost so much money to failed businesses. They've lost so much money to businesses that have no business being in business. 25 years, never missed a payday in over 9,000 days. If you make $100 today in co-op, you can take out that $100 tomorrow. If you make $100,000 in co-op today, you can take out that $100,000 today. So you don't have to wait days or weeks or months to find out if what we say in co-op is true, because you can find out in minutes. Because if you register right now and you invite your 3 friends in the next 30 minutes, which has happened, you'll see that you get your income on your dashboard within 1/10 of a second. And that money that you see on your dashboard, it becomes loaded into your co-op wallet at midnight Eastern time, and you have access to it and you can withdraw it tomorrow. Right? So you don't have to believe a single word I say. You can believe yourself. So you get paid you get paid immediately. You can withdraw your money every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, that should increase your comfort level from maybe -3 to at least a +4, right? Now I'm going to keep going. And we got our own wallet, right? You see, the reason why we can pay you every day is because we got our own wallet, right? We don't have any third-party stuff. We've built everything, so we own it, which means that someone can't come in and say, oh, you guys are doing really, really good. And you allowed me to buy a new Mercedes and get my wife a new house. But I got to raise your prices because that house that I got for my wife, well, it's expensive. No, you see, that's never going to happen here because we own it, right? So it's not going to happen here. I said 3 simple doable steps. This shouldn't even be a step. Step 1, register, right? Can you believe that step 1 is register? And you can register for as little as free, not recommended. You can register for as little as $5, again, not recommended. We have a sweet spot, which is $175, and you can register for as much as $1,675. So you get in where you fit in, and that completes step 1. You become a co-op income member. Step 2 is to build. You remember what I was saying a few minutes ago? If you do nothing, you should expect nothing. Well, that's what will happen, right? Can you receive some income without doing anything? Yes. Help from above, help from below? Yes. But listen, you cannot get wealthy without completing the 3 simple doable steps. So step 2 is to build. Listen, man, I don't know about you, but I know more than 3 friends, family or foe, that need more money than they have right now. So finding 3 people who want more money, it should take about 1 minute, right? Because everyone needs more money right now. There's 8 billion of us out there. Almost all 8 billion need more money than they have right now. So find 3 and build your co-op income. And the 3 that you find, you want those 3 to do the same, right? Don't just find, like, I had some people, right? They were putting in a dog. They were putting in their cat because they wanted 3, right? A dog, a cat, and their pet goldfish. What? And they wonder why their cooperative wasn't growing. Well, as far as I know, a goldfish does not know how to say, hey, you need more money than you have right now. Now, if you put it on the lamppost and you put a poster there that says, if you want more money you have right now, go here, that'll work. But a goldfish, no. So listen, don't just throw anybody in there. Find people that are like-minded, people that want to cooperate, and each one of us will do our small part so we can all receive a lot, right? And you want to find people that understand that cooperation means that you do it, I do it, they do it, everyone does it. That's what cooperation is, right? So we each do our part and invite 3 or more. Now check it out. You see, when you've invited 3, well, you're in profit and your next subscription is covered, right? So these steps are for a reason. It's not just because 3 is a beautiful number. No, it's because when you have 3, yours is free. And here's the beautiful thing is that those 3 can come in many different ways, which I'll show you in a minute. So invite 3 who will do the same. So if when you invite somebody, they're all gung-ho, but they don't quite get it, bond with that person and, become friends again with that person. Don't just, I got one person and, she's got like 40 people. Only one has more than 3. And it was a person that she gave the 3 to. None of the other 40 people did anything. And I remember talking to the person saying, you aren't going to achieve success if you just leave your people out there. And the person on the phone looks at me and says, oh, you want me to help them? No. I'm not holding anybody's hand. They either get it or they don't. What? Let me tell you something, folks. If you came to me and you said that you were going to invite 1,000 people to co-op, but none of them were going to duplicate, I would say no. And then the other person beside you said, I'm going to invite 3 who are going to duplicate. I'm taking that person who is inviting 3 because then my cooperative can grow. So it's not about putting in 1,000 people. It's not about putting in 40 people. It's about putting in friends, family, and foe that understand that this is a cooperative. And in a cooperative, we each do a little to all receive a lot, right? So that's what we do. we become a co-op income member. We build by inviting 3 or more, and we bond by teaching them to do the same. And let me tell you something. I can explain the entire co-op income plan to you in less than 5 seconds. You listening? Register and become a co-op income member, invite 3 or more, teach them to do the same. That took about 4.7 seconds. Register and become a co-op income member, invite 3 or more and have them do the same. That took about 3.9 seconds, right? That's all you need to know. Nothing more. Because check this out. Then what? Well, nothing. You're done. Right now, this is the part that really, I almost used a different word, but I'll use the word messes up my friends. This is the part that messes up my friends. What do you mean nothing? You got to do something. Come on, David, what do you have to do? I said, no, nothing. No, David, listen. I don't mind doing the work. So what do I need to do? Nothing, dude, unless you want to, right? So when you complete those 3 simple doable steps, if you keep paying your subscription, your friends keep paying their subscription, and so on and so forth, your income will continue to grow, and you don't have to do anything else except watch your bank account or your wallet get super fat. Yeah, you've never seen or heard of anything like that. Now, we all know more than 3 friends, right? So, 100 friends, invite all 100. Never, ever give anybody away. I have so many friends that are, they say, well, listen, David, listen, I know 100 people, and some of my friends, well, they don't. Well, this is what I tell everyone. If you have a friend that says that they can't find 3 people for something as beautiful as this, where they can get started for as little as $5, or they just simply don't want to, why would you give away your money? Right? Wait until they do, because a person who says that they can't find 3 friends, well, this is not for them. And Walmart has a sweeper job for them, because most people know how to use a broom, right? So do not give anybody away. Our system is built to help people, even if they can't help themselves. You see, if you know 20 people, let's say 39 people, right? Your first level will fill up with 3 people. Your second level will fill up with 9 people. And your third level will fill up with 27 people. The people on your first level, well, they're getting a contribution from 9 people. The people on your second level, well, they're each getting a contribution from 3 people, and their business is now free. And did they do anything? No, but you did. Right? So you never have to give anybody away here. If you know more than 3, you are going to automatically help your team, because the system fills it from left to right, top to bottom. Now check it out. 3 steps, but 9 ways to get paid. What? 3 steps, but 9 ways to get paid. If you invite somebody, you get paid. If they invite somebody, you get paid. You get help from above, help from below. You get renewals. We already talked about that. You need renewals because that allows you to pay your bills every single month. We got one-time payments. Just like if you go to GoFundMe and one of your friends says, hey, I hear you're having a problem. I want to send you $100. Well, they can at GoFundMe. They can also do that here in co-op income. If they don't want to join the business, they don't have to, but maybe they want to help you out. So you can get one-time donations. We got auto reentries, auto follow me's. What did you say? Auto reentries and auto follow me's. Let me tell you, folks, that is going to blow your mind. We'll get to that in a moment. You also get one-time bonuses. Well, when you invite somebody, let's say I invite Mary. When I invite Mary, I get an extra bonus of 2.5%. So there's 9 ways in which you can receive an income in co-op. Oh my goodness. I added another level here. What? Not another level, but another column. You see this thing? MRM. Multiplication. What is it? I got to find out what it is. Can't even remember what it is. Oh, mathematical return multiplier. Mathematical return multiplier. You see, I just cannot believe how many people I talk to every single day. And they say, David, did you join, bigbusiness.com? They're a crypto company and you can earn 1% a day. How long have they been in business? 8 hours. And if you put in $1,000, you can get 1% a day. What? Seriously? Who's the owner? I don't know. But my friend Billy, he said it's great. Well, did Billy make? Well, he's going to make money. And how much did you put? $3,000. What? Do you know if you put $3,000 into co-op, if you put $3,000 into co-op, you can actually personally invite 600 people? You can pave the way for 600 people in co-op and immediately get paid for each one of those people that you personally invited. And you are giving 600 people the opportunity at a new life. And if only 3 of those 600 people actually do something, you are on your way to a big income, a very big income. So think about this. Your friend comes to you because it's happened. I know. I'm looking at you. That's right. I'm looking at you. Your friend comes to you. I had people who had 230 people in their cooperative. 230 people in their cooperative. They had already received over $2,000. Some quack standing in the middle of a desert telling people that they got a gold mine behind them. They quit that to do that. And they said that the gold mine, well, it's not really behind me. It's over there somewhere. What? And then they lied and said that they made $41,000 in 2 days. Well, what? They didn't. Because to make that, you get 10%. So it would have meant that person would have had to suck their friends in for $410,000 so that person can make $441,000. What? It's dumb. Now think about it. Let's just use $1,000, right? Because $1,000 is a lot of money. How many people have you talked to that said, I don't have $175? Then they go around and they put $1,000 into some BS scam that says, you put your $1,000 in here and we're going to give you 1% a day. Well, let me tell you how ludicrous that is. All right. Because it's like off the rocker, redonkulous. I give somebody $1,000 because that's somebody who doesn't know somebody who's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend told that friend of a friend who's a friend of a friend who's a friend of a friend who knows somebody who also knows somebody that they're going to give them 1%. Listen, I'm a very smart guy. I can take $1,000 from you every day and give you 1% back, because if I give you 1% tomorrow, I give you $10, I still have $990 of your money. And when I give you that $10 tomorrow, you go running to your friends and you tell them it works. And then you get another $10 the next day. So now I got $980 of your money. I've given you $20 back, and you are praising the world that you found this miraculous system. And you go tell all your friends who also put in $10. So now I got $50,000, and all I got to give is $500 back. I got $50,000, and all I got to do is give $500. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. That's how ridiculous it is. Just don't do it. Think about this. $1,000 divided by 5 is 200 people. So for $1,000, you can invite 200 people to co-op. And even if only 10% of those 200 people actually see something, you've got 20 people partnering with you in the greatest business in world history. Now check this out, because so many people, they like to play this, you're going to get 2% a day like it's a big deal. It's not. So check it out. You see, we pay out 100%. We pay out 100%. 35% gets paid out in your first level. 10%, 10%, 10. So let me do it properly. 35% on your first level, 10% on your second level, that's 45%, 10% on your third level, that's 55%, 10% on your fourth level, 65%, 10% on your fifth level, 75%, 25% on your sixth level. That is 100% going back to you and your team. What? Now, let's check out the mathematical return multiplier. You see, here's 35%, right? So there's 3 people on your first level times 35%. Well, that's 105%. So when you have 3 people, you've got 105% of your money back. That covers your next renewal. And when they each get 3 people, well, that's another 90%. So now you got 195%, and you haven't even lifted a finger yet. And then when they invite their 3, well, that's another 39, which is 390%. So now you got 460. That's wrong. You got 465%, right? So you see, at the end of the day, you've got 21,903% cash back on what you put in, what you contributed. 21,930%. And that can be coming in every 28 days. But it can get better because it can be coming in multiple times every 28 days. So now ask yourself, does it make sense to put in $1,000 into a very risky, highly suspect investment so you can get $10 back? Or does it make more sense to register here for as little as $5? Or if you wanted to spend that $1,000, register here and purchase 200 tokens. Then go on Facebook, go out in the middle of the street and say, I want to help you. You see, I'm helping 10,000 people. So far, I've helped over 5,000 people. How's that working out for me? Ooh, beautiful, right? So it works, right? That $1,000 can allow you to pay the start for 200 people. $100 will allow you to pay the start for 20 people. And if you pay the start for those 20 people, and only 3 of those people do what they're supposed to do, you're on your way to happy land, right? So listen, folks, this is insane. It's not crazy. People have been calling me crazy my whole life. And they ask me, David, what's it like being crazy? And I tell them that I love every minute. But this is insane. This is insane. This is the greatest income system ever created. And I will challenge anybody to find anything anywhere close to this, anywhere within the known universe. Now check this out, right? 21,360%. You can do the math yourself. Do $5 divided by 1,097 and find out what the percentage is, right? And listen, you don't have to take my word for it, because all you have to do is just look right here on the chart, add it all up, add them all up, add them all up, and this is what it's going to come to, right? 21,390% over and over and over again. Put in, register in your 20 to help, speed up reaching your goals faster, $4,400. The I-50, $11,000. The I-100, $22,000. So $22,000, $11,000, that's $33,000. Now we got $37,000. Now we got $38,500 when you start at the sweet spot for 175, and we each do our part. That's a 21,390% return. It doesn't get any better than this or easier. But wait, you're not done yet. You see, we also have the I-500. Same amount of work, 3 simple doable steps, but it can add up to $110,000. And then we've got the I-1000, $219,000. And when you add them all up, $367,000, $367,329. $67,329. Is that good for registering for as little as $5 and inviting 3 friends? And by the way, if you register with $5, if you just simply get started with $5, you can ultimately be on all these levels. Do you know that if you start with $5 and you reach this goal, whether it's in a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, if you reach that goal, do you know that's over 7 million% return? That multiplier? That's crazy. 7 million%. So folks, when you're thinking about doing something crazy where you've already lost your money at before, take a second step. Took my granddaughter out for her birthday the other day. What a beautiful thing. She's 10 years old. I wrote 16 Rosen rules for her to follow. And one of the things that I taught her is that there's more than one right way. So, and to, before you speak, think before you speak, because you cannot take it back. And every reaction causes an even greater reaction. So think before you say something, think before you do something, because you don't know what that reaction is going to do until you think about it first. My daughter, that was the very first thing that I taught her, is that every reaction causes an even greater reaction. She remembers it and she quotes it to all her friends to this day. So think about it. Every reaction causes an even greater reaction. So if you take $1,000, you give it to a friend who's giving it to a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend because they're promising to give you 1%. Does that make any sense to you? What is the likelihood that that is going to have positive results? It's low. But if you do this and you complete your part, the likelihood of positive results is 100%. Right? So every action causes an even greater reaction. As we head into 2025, what are you going to do? Now, check it out. This slide here, and I'm going to send this out, right? This slide here, it tells you what you receive on your I-5. It tells you what you see, all of these numbers are precise to a mathematical certainty. There is no guesswork. There is no investment. It's not a job. It's not recruiting. It is precise math to a mathematical certainty. You see, when you do 35% times 3, and out of $5, that's $5.25. Sorry, $5.25. You can't make it add up to something except this one company that's been around for like 5-6 years already. They keep telling people the exact same story 3 times every year. And it's always at the same 3 times. Oh, we finally paid some people that qualified. Oh, good news. Now you guys can pay me again. What? And people keep paying. I just don't get it. You see, this is real math. So when you are putting your money out of your pocket, remember, every action causes an even greater reaction. It means you're going to lose your money, or you might have a possibility of increasing your money. So think before you act, and try and make sure that you use practical sense and make the right decision that is good for you. I don't know. I feel like I'm preaching today. So check it out. You see, remember back on one of those slides earlier, I talked about follow me, auto reentry. Well, it happens. I created it in 2001. No one has been able to duplicate it yet. So that $367,329, well, there's only 1,092 income centers in your cooperative. There's 8 billion people out here. How long is it going to take for you to fill that 1,092 income centers? A week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is. When it fills up, another one starts. Hold on, what did he say? I said, when it fills up, another one start. Now check this out. You see, here's your first one, right? And let's assume that you've already gone through and your team has followed you, and this is filled up on all 6 cooperatives. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's take it way back, way back. Let's say it's filled up only on the I-5. So that means that you contributed $5. You and your team went to work. You've received $1,097. Now, out of that $1,097, let me tell you, that's already going to progress you to all the way up to the $500 level, right? So now you're going to be on 5 cooperatives automatically, right? So now you got 5 income streams going on. When they fill up, well, those same people that you invited over here, these 3 or 300 or 3,000 people that you invited, well, they're going to follow you over here. And when they follow you over here, well, guess what that means? More money to you, but not more work. Can I say that again? More money to you, but not more work. Listen, people that joined my last systems, they had 300 and 400 closed cooperatives. They didn't get paid on them. Now you get paid on those closed cooperatives. So if you are a marketer and you fill one of these up once a month, you're going to have 12 of these over the course of a year. Now imagine getting 12 times $369,000 every 28 days in residual income. You see, that is what the Mobius loop does. That is what co-op income does. That is what the Q system does. That is why you have never, ever in your entire life seen anything like this before anywhere on planet Earth or beyond. This is the greatest system ever created. This is how people are going to earn an income in 2026 and beyond. And all the businesses that are out there that are not using the Q system, that are using MLM, they are going to go the way of your jobs unless they start using the Q system. So as we continue to move forward into 2026 and 2027 and 2028, the whole world is going to be using the Q system to make money for the people that are part of their membership, because MLM is dead, just like the industrial age, just like the dinosaurs. It is extinct. It never worked, never will. Join Q, because this is your answer. 3 steps, 1 time. Become a Co-op Inc. member for as little as $5. Build by personally registering 3 or more to become Co-op Inc. members who will also build and bond. Become, build, and bond. Become, build, and bond. My goodness, I love what we do here. And by the way, we got a promotion going on. I mentioned it a few times, several times actually, because so many people are taking advantage of it. We got a sweet spot promotion going on. It means that if you buy the I-5, the I-20, the I-50, and the I-100, you got to start at the 100. So you buy those 4. Even if you're already in the I-5, the I-50, and the I-20, you can still buy the sweet spot and get 4 more tokens, right? So you get the 4 tokens, plus we give you a match of co-op dollars. So you're going to get 4 tokens, plus you're going to get $175 in co-op dollars. They can be used to renew you, right? They can be used to renew you. So you're getting 56 days instead of 28 days. Why am I doing it? Because I care, right? No other reason. Because I care. This is and by the way, we pay out 100%. So when you get that extra $175 in co-op dollars, it comes out of my pocket. I'm the one paying. But I'm doing it because I want to help ensure that you achieve the success you deserve in co-op. And most habits are not built in 28 days. Most habits take 30 days before they sink in. You now got 56 days and no more excuses. My gift, my Christmas gift to you and anybody else who wants to use it. Here is the most important consideration for you to think about as we get ready to conclude this webinar. Co-op works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete the 3 simple, doable steps. You heard me right. It's not just a fancy thing to say. It's not a misnomer. It is a fact. Co-op works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete 3 simple, doable steps. That includes you. Complete the steps, you're on your way to earning a great income over the next few weeks, few months, few years, and for the rest of your life. Don't? Well, you'll have the same thing that you got last year, right? And think about it. Here we are on December 28th, 29th. Remember where you were on December 29, 2024. You said, 2025 is going to be different. Here it is, another year gone by. All of you should be honest with yourself right now and ask yourself, was 2025 better than 2024? Did I do the same thing in 2025 that I did in 2024? Did I make the same mistakes in 2024, in 2025 that I made in 2025, in 2024? Am I better off at the end of this year than I was at the end of last year? Those goals that I set at the end of 2024, did I accomplish them? Has my income changed? Am I now financially free, debt-free, and stress-free? Is my life better? Folks, $5 or more, completing 3 simple doable steps with your friends at December 29th, 2026, you will be singing a different song. So, seriously, would you let $5 and a few friends separate you from the absolute life that you want to live, from the life that you desire, from the total freedom that you have dreamed of since before you got your first job? That's what we're offering here, folks. This is it. Live life in your terms and everything that you want. Well, you'll co-op fund it. You want a new house? Well, co-op fund it. You want a new car? Co-op fund it. You want a big screen TV? Co-op fund it. You want to live your life the way you choose? Co-op fund it. Because it works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time, who complete the 3 simple, doable steps. I will open it up. We'll take about a half hour's worth of questions. I don't even know if there is any, but we'll take a half hour or so worth of questions. Ladies and gentlemen, if I've done my job, you'll at least take a look. You'll go to co-op. You'll use the registration key of the person that invited you. You'll register either for $5 or more, or at least register for free so that you can take a look at it and see how great this system is. See, we aren't here to try and get you to part with your money for nonsense. We want you to win. So you can register for free and find out for yourself if this system makes sense to you. So listen, I'm not going to say her last name. You can see it there anyways. Marie is a studette. You see, we got studs and studettes. Marie is a studette. She is awesome. Let me tell you. She had 21 personals. Of those 21 personals, 18, the last time I looked, had 3 or more. 18 of her teammates had 3 or more. You see, she's not beating around the bush and saying, hey, listen, Mary, come and join me. And, if you can, find 3. No, if you're going to join me, get your 3 and make sure they do the same, right? Because listen, your success depends on completing the 3 steps. If you don't want to achieve success in co-op and you don't want to get your 3, don't join, because you're just throwing away your money. But if you do, and you are intent on building your success, do like Marie. Make it mandatory. Make it like breathing. Because listen, if you stop breathing in a few minutes, you're going to be dead. If you complete the 3 steps in co-op, you're going to find success. If you don't, you're going to remain in the exact same position you're in right now, unless you win a lottery or you find something else to do. But this is your fastest way to wealth. No ifs, no ands, no buts. And we are now at our very last question. Jan, I've been trying to find your phone number because there's some things I need to tell you. So I usually don't listen, send your phone number through to support because I need to talk to you. So Jan is here. So once I paid USDC, it will automatically renew. Yes, it will. Do I need to arrange to pay again next month? No, because you're gonna have those sweet spot tokens, which is gonna renew you next month. So the answer is no. It'll renew you again next month. And now let me so listen. So this Marie girl who's on here right now, who is doing a stand-up job. If she was working at a job for me and it was one of those regular jobs, I'd already be promoting her to vice president because she is doing such a great job. But listen to this, right? So Marie, like most people, and like we were saying, we were telling people, try it, get started for $5. So she did. So for the first little while, she was at $5. So we had a conversation about a week and a half ago. Don't know the exact date, but we had a conversation about a week and a half ago. She had received, I can't remember exactly how much. I don't know whether it was $800, $900, $500. I can't remember what it was. But here's what I do remember. I said, listen, let's look at your cooperative. So we shared the screen. We looked at her cooperative. She had X amount of people in her cooperative. Can't remember the number. But the number that I do remember is that number that she had already earned, if just the people that were already in her cooperative, no more, just those people that were in her cooperative, if they all chose to do the sweet spot, she would have went from the amount that she was in now, which was well under $1,000. And if they just chose that sweet spot, she would have made another $24,000. But not only would she have made instantaneously made another $24,000, because that's the difference between $5 and $175. Not only would she have made another $24,000, she would already be on the 500, already be on the 1,000. But because we got that sweet spot promo going on, she would earn another $24,000 28 days later. So she would go from under $1,000 to getting her team to simply register on the 175 to receiving an extra $50,000. $50,000 in the next 56 days without doing anything more except having her team upgrade. So does it make, now I got to show you another, listen, I'm going to show you another screenshot. And when I do, then it's over. I got to call this quits. I got stuff to do. People are waiting for me. Let me go back over here. Let me close that. All right. And let me use this one because I want to show you the future, not right now. I want to show you the futures. So check it out, right? So this here in the free cooperative, when you register for free, it automatically puts you on each of these 6 levels. So here's the I-5, and these numbers are facts. It's not fiction. These are real numbers based on real people who join my cooperative. So on the I-5, it's $5,651, right? On the I-5. So for the exact, no different, the exact same effort on the I-1000, that $5,600 turns into $1,130,000. Same effort. And then you're going to be on all these other ones. There's another 600,000. There's another 100,000. There's another 50,000. There's another 20,000. Folks, that's $2 million. So it is in your best interest, not mine. It is in your best interest to come in as high as possible because it helps you to reach your goals faster. Now, don't get those big eyes and think that this is some investment, because it's not. Don't get those big eyes and say, okay, I'm going to come in all the levels, and then you don't do your part. But if you are a true believer and you believe in your abilities, come in at the highest levels possible, because it takes the same effort to become a Co-op Inc. member in the I-5 as it does in the sweet spot. It takes the exact same amount of effort to come in at I-5 or 1,675. It takes the exact effort to build and invite 3 on the I-5 as it does on the I-1000, right? So it is in your best interest to come in where you fit in. Just because somebody said they're coming in at the 5 doesn't mean that's where you should start. And I can tell you that in my previous systems, we had people receiving $100,000 a week. We had people receiving over $1 million in a month. We had 8 levels. The lowest one was $25. The highest one was $4,000. The people that were making $100,000 a week did not come in at $25, right? And it's the same thing here. I'm not trying to convince you to do something, because your results are 100% reliant on what you do, on your efforts. But if you believe in yourself and you trust in your abilities, you're going to get to your goals way faster. So that's what I wanted to show you there. That, ladies and gentlemen, must be the end of this presentation. I want to say thank you to everybody who has joined Co-op Income in these first few weeks. I want to say thank you to everybody who is sharing it with people all over the world and turning Co-op Income into the fastest growing system I've ever created. It is insane. And I want to say, listen, Co-op Income was built for you. I took my time to make everything right for you. If you want to have a better 2026 than you had in 2025, join Co-op Income and do your part. You must do your part. If you don't, then don't. If you don't plan on doing your part, then just keep doing what you've always been doing. But if you're willing to do your part, we are going to help you and support you through our webinars like we're having now, through tools that we're putting in the back office, through videos that we're putting in the back office. We're going to help you to see that you made the right choice. So God bless all of you. We are coming into the new year. May this new year be your best new year ever. I want you to party like an absolute rock star, and know that if you're willing to do your part, we got you covered. So happy New Year, everybody. The best to everybody. And I know that different people in different parts of the world, the New Year starts in different times, and Christmas is at a different time, et cetera, et cetera. So for those people that have their New Year starting at different times, happy New Year right now in advance. So ladies and gentlemen, this is David T. Rosen saying thank you very much for joining us. Let's get busy with it. Let's rock it through to 2026.